What is good? What's up, everybody? Roll call. McKenney, where you at?
I'm 93, you're 16.
Kiara, you here? What's good? Nomad, you in this mother or what? KP, shout out. J. Shane May, what it do? Jonathan Straccia, I see you. Sticks champion, across the pond, you checking in, give it to us. Backsmith Fakey, did you get that? I think you did, or it's coming. Winner! You already know Lasco's in the house. Shout out. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Morning, we have a little YouTube premiere for there's about 10 or 11 of us, and wake up and drink some coffee and watch the show together. Everyone is invited. Tune in if you'd like. We'd love to see more people. Guaranteed you're going to get a shout out from Timothy Donald.
Shout out.
And the crew. Anyways, who wants to win this derby? Wait, excuse me. What did you say?
I have to say, you have a great smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Back from a quick trip to Ramona for another Rumble. I'm Schmitty, and this is Talkin Schmit. This is episode 94, and I got a good one for you today as I sit down with one of the greats, ALLYSHA Lee. ALLYSHA grew up in El Segundo and started skating with the big dogs at an early age. She got sponsored by Osiris and rode for 8th Street before joining Hoopla and running with Mimi and the girls for a few years until the day came to join Navs and the boys at Creepiest. I got to know ALLYSHA from her and Lizzy's frequent visits to SF throughout the years, and then during my coverage of the ladies' contests and filming a part with Lizzy, we became closer. Started talking pizza parties, boba tea, slaw bears. But I never in all my years knew she was a Rubik's Cube aficionado.
When I was 10 years old, I got a Rubik's Cube, and it came with like instructions in the box. And I literally memorized the instructions. It took me a week to solve a Rubik's Cube for the first time.
Just a heads up, everyone. Next Tuesday, October 27th, I will be taking off. No podcast next Tuesday. I need to observe my birthday. The executive director has a special trip planned for us to drive up the coast to an undisclosed location, get massages, burn candles, look at the stars, and try to get some much needed R&R. If you want to still participate in supporting the show, it would be a kick-ass birthday present if you decide to jump on TalkinSchmit.com and buy a t-shirt. I'm trying to get inventory down so I can launch a new line around Thanksgiving. So yeah, hashtag buy a shirt on Schmitty's birthday for the win. Skate shops, I got your back, and now you have mine. As you can see, the stickers behind me are growing. On the left, all the skate shops that I've got stickers from. If you aren't on there, all you got to do is send me a sticker, and you will be. I appreciate you all, whether you carry my gear or not, and I know how important you all are to skateboarding. So big love to all y'all. That's Lottie's, Ignition, Solstice, Backdoor, Deluxe SF, Atlas, Skateworks, Slappy's Garage, Classic, Kingpin, Crown, 510, No Comply, Black Market, Impact, Holistic. I see you and your hard work. Respect. Okay, well, before we get started, I found this raw footage from 2013 of my next guest skating the Berkeley vert ramp. It was early on when I started filming with ALLYSHA and Lizzy, and I wanted to make a video of them to the song Bye Felicia. Hope you enjoy.
Whenever? Okay. This is ALLYSHA Lee, and you're watching Talkin Schmit.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Here we go again.
Just give it the old college try, right now.
Big dog's in.
Hey,
96 times, Schmitty.
Thanks, Schmitty.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
That's called go to the hospital, bitch. I'd be shit my pants, man.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
It's about the one.
Who is this guy thinks he's tough shit?
What's up? We're tastemakers.
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
All right, in an ever attempt to reach out to the ones, I've been playing text tag with our next guest for a minute, and I'm very excited to catch up and bring to you some of her vibes. She's an all-around ripper, a scholar, and at times my vert coach. Please welcome the skater formerly known as ALLYSHA Brigado. This is ALLYSHA Lee.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much, honestly. Just chilling today.
Where are you?
Off skating. I'm in Oceanside. I'm at home. This is a tea, by the way. It's not a beer.
This is a La Croix, by the way.
It's my leftover tea from yesterday that I got with Lizzy.
Mine's pamplemousse. Who do you live with? People?
Yeah, I have one roommate. Her name's Jeanette. She's pretty awesome. We've been living together for like a year now.
Okay. How's the O side?
It's good. Skating Prince every week and hanging out with homies. You know, not too much during quarantine, but
Yeah.
something's going on.
Do you got some cute masks?
No cute ones. Actually, my mom got me one that's like kind of cool. It has like a design on the front. It's like a mouth or something.
Uh-huh.
But I never wear it. I usually just wear like these masks that 187 gave me. And yeah, they fit my face better, so I always use those.
Dirt Nasty has one that just blends into his face, and it has like a mustache and stuff. It looks just like it's that dude Dirt Nasty, Simon Rex. You don't know him?
No, I don't. Should I?
He's like a B or C level actor that he was in Scary Movie, but he also has like a rap career.
Maybe, yeah, if I saw a photo, maybe I would.
Yeah, you might want to get into a little Dirt Nasty. It might liven up your life.
Okay.
Yeah. Download his
your word for
Spotify. Yeah. Was it? It was like it was 1980. That's the jam.
Okay.
I want to find out some stuff about you because there's a lot I don't know.
Oh,
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Torrance, California, and I grew up in El Segundo.
Till when?
I went to grade school in El Segundo, and I didn't leave until I went to college. So until I was 17.
Is your family still in El Segundo?
Yeah, my family's still there. My mom works there, and my siblings and my cousins, they all go to school in El Segundo.
Have you ever heard the joke, I left my wallet in El Segundo?
Yeah, I left my wallet in El Segundo. Left my wallet in El Segundo. Left my wallet in El Segundo. I gotta get it, I got to get it. Left my wallet in El Segundo. Left my wallet in El Segundo. Left my wallet in El Segundo. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I usually get that when I tell people I'm from there.
Right.
A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the first. Damn it. Is that where you discovered skateboarding, though? It was in El Segundo?
I actually, the first skate park I ever went to was Upland. My parents, when I was young, they bought a house out in San Bernardino. So I grew up skating like in the Badlands and stuff. But
Damn.
I still went to school in El Segundo because my mom worked in the city there, and so we didn't want to change school districts. So I technically lived at my grandparents' house growing up, but my parents still had a house like a couple hours away.
So did you see Salba and those guys like at a young age?
Yeah, I grew up skating with Salva and his brother Mickey.
No
Mickey
way.
used to go skate my local park, Montclair, like every day. He's
a ripper.
He taught me rock and rolls and stuff. I remember there was this one day we were at the skate park, and I was trying to do rock and rolls on a quarter pipe, and he just took me out to the parking lot. He was like, hey, like he put me in front of like a parking block and showed me like how to rock over it, and it really helped like doing like
The teeter.
taking it to transition and rocking over the coping.
No way.
Yeah, so he used to skate the local park all the time, and I'd see him there. And I didn't even realize like who he was when I was young, you know. Obviously my dad knew him, but I didn't really realize the extent of like how cool he was.
Was your dad into skateboarding?
Yeah, so my dad got me into skating because I saw him riding out front one day when we were living in an apartment. And then, I just asked for a board for my birthday. And skating every day.
Do you remember what your first board was?
Yes, I want to say it was like a no-name brand or something. It was just a random board from like Big Five. And it was yellow and black. And I had independent trucks on it and like some old OJ wheels, something like that. And I put all my Sailor Moon and Powerpuff Girl stickers all over it. And my mom actually, I found out a couple years ago, I was like looking for my first skateboard ever. And she told me that she left it on the street for someone to take. And I was kind of sad about it. I was like, what? If I were to keep any board, like that might have been the one.
Yeah.
But it's, you know.
Dang. Do you remember getting like an actual pro board, like somebody's name on it?
No, because for the longest time I would just ride World Industries or Termite boards.
Oh, just team boards or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
God, this sounds like really lame. I'm trying to think of what my first pro board was.
We're like right out of the gates where you go into the skate park. Did you kind of learn to skate at skate parks, like at Upland and Montclair and stuff?
Yeah, I grew up going to skate parks and stuff, and then I used to like jumping off of launch ramps and skating my little flat bar in front of my house when I was growing up. But I don't know, at some point I just really took to transition skateboarding, and that's all I wanted to do. Especially like because I started doing contests when I was super little, and so maybe when I was like 11, I was just telling myself, oh, I'm just gonna like practice skating bowls and stuff because that's like what I want to compete in anyways. And then I kind of just got sidetracked with bowl skating and all that.
So you were skating like vert contests as a kid?
Maybe not vert ramp contests, but like
Bowls?
Yeah, I was skating like the combi pool party when I was like 10 or 11.
Were you competing against boys?
Yeah, I used to compete in like the castle contest, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
And
Sonia Catalano.
I actually remember like skating against Curran Caples and Louis Lopez when I was a little kid at like King of the Groms and all those castle contests.
Because they didn't have like a girls division, right?
I think they might have, but sometimes there wasn't enough girls or something, so we'd just get thrown in the mix, which was fine, you know? It was still fun.
Yeah. So there wasn't any bad vibes. It was just like we're all skating.
I mean, there were some bad vibes. Like the parents were still weird back then, but
yeah.
Other than that, I feel like all the kids were just having fun together. Definitely.
Huh. What was the first air you learned? Were you backside or frontside or?
Definitely frontside air.
Frontside air?
Yeah, and that's like my go-to. I'm definitely like frontside person.
Yeah, you got that one good. But did it take a while to backside?
Yes. I actually remember doing my first late grab backside air at Montclair Skate Park one day. Fuck, it's kind of hard to remember like when I learned tricks. It seems like so long ago now.
It is long, yeah. What's the key? Was there some like little switch that was like, oh, that's how you do it?
I think when I was learning late grab backside airs, there's the boys at the park that used to just do them perfect. Josh Rodriguez and this guy, Michael Brookman, they were like the two top dogs at the skate park when I would go back in the day, and I would just watch them do it. And I remember one day I was there with Michael, and it was like just us two. And I was like, okay, watch this. I'm going to do a leg grab backside air. And I remember just doing a bunch of like early grab ones, but trying to grab like just before the coping. And like, I remember feeling like I was trying to slow myself down and just like, I don't know if that even makes sense, like do the trick in slow motion. And I just kind of, it was a baby backside air, but I remember knowing the feeling of like, oh, that was definitely like not an early grab. And it was just, I kind of worked my way up, I guess, to that point.
Backside airs are it's a scarier feeling for sure. Yeah. And holding it, getting your back foot to remain with, it's always been an issue for me.
It's like kind of hard because it's definitely more blindsided, you know? I feel like on frontside airs, I can just see everything.
Yeah, and then just put it down.
I've definitely like hung up on backside airs too, which is not fun. I remember being a kid and doing like mute airs, and one time I was going back in, and I clipped my ankles on the deck, and I just like fell in and knocked the wind out of myself. Oh, I was like kind of scared of backside airs for a while after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And the way that, I mean, I'm no vert skater, but when people do it well and the backside air lands right below the coping, so you have as much tranny as you can to push for the next wall. So it is like a game of inches kind of, and like you can just put it down a little early and get rung.
Yeah. It's also so scary to land so close to the coping.
True or false, you were on the basketball team in high school?
True.
Really?
That's embarrassing. Yeah.
Why?
I'm like 4 feet tall. I don't know, but I played it anyway.
Did you have a good outside shot?
I don't know. Lizzy thought I was good. She came to my practices a couple of times, and she said I was good at basketball, but I don't think I was very good. I played on the junior varsity team, though.
Oh, wow. That's sick. When did you meet Lizzy? When did you guys meet?
I met her when I was 11.
Really?
And it was at a birthday party in Malibu at this backyard ramp. And she was like 14 or something. And
she was into skating and you were into skating and you guys just started talking?
Mm-hmm. Well, she was literally just learning how to skate. Like, we were skating an 8-foot ramp, but she was like at the bottom of it. Like, she could barely kick turn, honestly, when I met her. Which is crazy to think about, like, how far she's come along, you know?
Yeah.
And actually, the first time I met her, she was trying to ask me to teach her frontside airs.
Oh my God, was Max with him?
No, she was with this other skater girl or surfer girl that she brought along. Yeah.
Why were you girls you and her were in San Francisco a lot? Like, it's how I met you, actually. You guys were up here just all the time. What was that through Joe Fong, or was that, why were you guys up here so much?
So, if I'm remembering correctly, Lizzy met Joe somehow. And then I guess Joe also just knew who I was because of Lizzy, and he wanted to help us out and said, like, yeah, I'm old friends with the people who work at independent trucks, and like, I want to take you guys around to all the skate parks up here and like introduce you to a couple of friends. So I just went with Lizzy one time to go visit SF, and then after that, like, Joe is actually like a close family friend now, and for a while we would go up every year, and we loved it. Like, we made friends with a few of the locals at Potrero and the dudes at Double Rock and stuff, and so yeah, SF was like a second home for us for a few years.
Yeah, super cool. Like, Lizzy to this day says Potrero is one of her favorite skate parks. You like it a lot too, right?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's like a treat every time I get to go there.
Yeah, and the Berkeley vert ramp's really good too.
Yes.
So
The Berkeley vert ramp has only gotten better, actually.
Yeah.
I really like that thing.
They keep just putting in the work. I don't know if you've been up in like a year, but they just put like they took everything off and put some new studs under. They tightened it up. It's really good again.
Yeah, I can't wait to go up again.
And so what was your first sponsor?
My first sponsor was this small company that came out of Montclair, and it was called Gridlock Skateboards. Mickey Alba actually rode for them, along with Josh Rodriguez and that guy Michael that I was talking about, and then a couple of other local dudes. I think Chris Russell and Patrick Ryan used to get some float boards from them too.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you known all those guys for a long time?
When I think about it, yeah. Since I was like 10.
Is it crazy to see them all like individually, like now Chris Russell is a pro skater and like, oh, I knew him when I was 11, like all that stuff, Patrick Ryan, like and you said Lizzy could barely even gyrate on a ramp and now she's in the Olympics or whatever. It's like,
it is seriously so crazy to think about like where the time has gone. Just it feels like we were just kids yesterday, like fucking around at the skate park. And now like, yeah, Lizzie's face of Vans. I see her goddamn picture at every fucking mall I go to. Chris Russell's amazing. Like, yeah, actually quite a lot of kids that I used to skate with. It's cool to see that they've actually made it like in this thing that we all love.
Yeah. What was the first box you got in the mail? Like when you got like some actual product sent to you?
I want to say it was probably a termite box with like Grind King trucks and termite boards in it.
Do you remember like how many boards? Like was it one set of trucks, two set of trucks? Like what was it?
Dude, I don't remember.
Really?
Like 15 years ago.
Was it pretty like, were you open up and you're like, holy shit, a bunch of free shit? Or was it like, damn, they could have sent me more?
Sure. No, I definitely remember being stoked with whatever I got. Honestly, it was probably like 2 or 3 boards and a set of trucks and like a bunch of the termite t-shirts and a ton of stickers for sure. I remember like, oh my God, having so many termite stickers. My mom probably still has like unopened packets of them somewhere.
Rad.
Yeah, no, definitely I was like happy. I wasn't like, they should have sent me more shit or something, you know?
Okay. Well, then comes, I think this is how I kind of like learned of who you guys were, was the Chili Bowl. Mm-hmm. Did you weren't at the first one, were you? Like at Crocker?
No.
The Potrero ones were the first ones you went to, right?
Yeah, the one at Potrero.
Okay. How did that all go down?
Shoot. Man, how old was I?
Probably Joe, right?
Yeah, I think the reason I heard about Chili Bowl is through Joe, for sure. And also, I did see the year before, it was also at Potrero. It must have been like Chili Bowl 7 or 8 or something. I don't know. But Mimi went one year, and so did my friend Evelyn and Leah. And I just remember seeing it on the internet somewhere and thought it looked fun. And so I think I had an idea of what the event was, but Joe was the one who was like, you guys should come out and skate the contest.
And what was that like? Was that you? Well, you were already skating contests, right?
Yeah.
But that was maybe the first one that you were skating. Did they have like a jam format where it was people skating at the same time?
Yeah. So they did have a jam format. It wasn't the first contest I skated in that had jam format, because like the Combi used to have that, and there's this other contest like Tim Broch or GVR. They would get really hectic, but yeah, I remember Chili Bowl being like one of the funnest contests ever because of the crowd. Like it's like no crowd that I've ever seen before. Everyone's just so stoked, and all the focus is just in that bowl, and everyone's having a good time, and it just felt so like raw and real, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like a backyard vibe, but in a park. And like everybody's just on the coping watching, and like fucking nobody's like on their phone or looking away. Everyone's just like, this is what we're here for.
Yeah. Oh my God. The entire deck was surrounded, and like so many people. I remember Lizzy and I actually, we like entered a fucking pot of chili in the chili eating contest or something.
Oh, you made some?
Yeah, but nobody liked it because we made it like vegetarian. And then Lizzy was getting a little weird with it, put like some small pieces of dark chocolate in there and like a hint of mango or something. And the dudes were definitely like, what is this? We want our like beef in the chili or some shit. I don't know. We got dead last, but it was fine.
There was always drama about who won. There was always like, that person shouldn't have won. No, blah, blah. Like people
for the chili making.
Yeah, for chili, people got super into it. It was awesome. Like I remember people going, "Fuck this! Next year I'm winning this shit. This bullshit." Like, like God. People get. Yeah, it was so funny.
I wonder if anyone was just like dumping cans of chili into a pot and saying like, "This is my chili."
I bet, yeah, probably. And I bet a winner happened that way too. One time we went to Austin, Texas they took the chili bowl to Austin, and this dude came out, a local that was a super gnarly chili guy. Like that's what he did. And he was just
gnarly chili guy.
Yeah, and he was like laying down the rules. He's like, all right, here's how you make chili. Nope, this doesn't count. Like he had all his etiquette and everything and broke it all down for us. And we're just like, whoa, like he entered real chili contests, like real.
Fucking Chef Ramsay or something.
Yeah, it was like that. It was the craziest shit.
That's kind of funny.
Is that, so did you meet Mimi at a chili bowl?
No, fuck, dude. When did I meet Mimi? I definitely met her at a contest, but it was also like I was super little. Like it was probably the Soul Bowl, which was like the old US Open, if you remember.
Yeah.
In Hudson. And that or the Combi. Those two. But I met Mimi when I was 10
really?
Or 11. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then when did you start writing for Hoopla?
I think I must have been 14.
14.
Because I wrote for H Street for a couple of years after Termite.
You did?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time with Tony Mag.
Really?
Yeah, he took me around skating in San Diego, and I met him because I rode for Osiris Shoes for like a few years when I was a kid, and that was his company, and then he decided to rekindle H Street. And then I rode for that for a couple of years.
Whoa, sick. Did you go on any little trips or anything with those dudes on H Street?
Not for H Street, but Tony had this little kids team for Osiris when I was younger, and it was me, Leticia Buffoni, Tyson Bowerbank, Shane Borland, and Jake Hill. And he took us like all around SF. We met up with Ron Allen and went to Berkeley Park and Alameda, like a ton of spots. And they took us out to like Woodward and all over California.
Did it have a name?
The kids team? No, just Osiris.
Because remember wasn't there something called like 16 or something? Like it was all little kids?
I'm not sure.
I forget. Actually. Yeah, there was something though. I remember it was all, but it did have a name. Damn, I didn't know about that. So you were on Osiris and H Street, and then how did it go from going from there to Hoopla?
My first Vert X Games was like 2008 or something, and I was at a practice one morning, and Mimi I remember her coming up to me after practice, and she said, hey, I know you have your little termite thing going on or whatever, or H Street, but I wanted to let you know that I'm starting a company, and it's called Hoopla, and I'd be really stoked if you rode for this company. It's me and Carabat. And I thought about it, and then I don't remember how much later I called Tony, but I remember I was in Seattle when it happened, but I was on the phone with him, and I told him that I wanted to ride for Hoopla and leave H Street. And that's what I did.
No way. So you knew who Carabeth was, obviously, yeah?
Yeah, because we were all skating against each other in X Games and stuff.
It's so crazy.
I know, it is crazy to think. I was so young, and I looked up to those people, you know?
Yeah, who were your early, like, influences? Like, who, would you have any photos on your wall or anything? Like, who were you a fan of?
Growing up, so like for the women's skaters, I was obsessed with obviously Mimi and Carabath, but then I also really loved watching Lindsay Adams.
Oh, right.
Lindsay Adams Hoffman's skate vert, because she was so good. She was doing kickflip indies and like spinning perfect McTwists. She could skate like the mega ramp and stuff.
Is she credited
this
with...
lady's insane.
Yeah. Is she credited with the first female 540?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think she did it at a big demo in like Paris or something.
Damn.
That big Funny Hawk demo. And
Right.
it was like a perfect 540 McTwist. I can like see the clip in my head.
Uh-huh.
But then also, you know, growing up skating combi, I was around like Chris Miller, Christian Asoy, Steve Cab, Lester Kasai, like all those dudes were my early influences. And like, my dad showed me a couple of old H Street videos and like the old Bones Brigade videos. And so I was just really drawn to like old school street skating and a lot of old school vert and transition skateboarding.
And did you notice early on, like, the difference between somebody doing something properly versus some kind of ugly, like how important style was? You know, like if Chris Miller's skating, you're like, whoa, that's a lot prettier than Tony Magnuson, for example.
Oh my goodness. They both have great style, honestly, I think. But I do remember, yes, like those old vert videos definitely like put me on to style. Like I would try to tweak my airs just like Chris Miller, his lean airs. I remember like trying to copy his exact line that I'd see him do in combi, and like he would do the nose grab leans, but I like to grab behind my foot, but I would still try to like, I don't know, feel like I was looking like him, you know?
You got those.
But I don't know how well my judgment was of style, but I do remember, you know, seeing skateboarding and thinking like, that looks cool. I'm going to try to do this trick exactly the way this guy did it, like style and everything. Like not just do it just to fucking do the trick, you know?
Right. Well, that's the difference. Like, you know, when you do something, if you, like you do a slob air, you could do it really bad. Mm-hmm. And if you do it really bad, you shouldn't do
really
it.
Bad.
No, you do them good.
Slob airs? No. Trust me. You should see the ones Lizzy and I were doing a few weeks ago on her ramp, actually.
Yeah?
Terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying. If you're doing something, you want to do it right.
Definitely. There's a lot of tricks I don't do because of that, for sure.
I still like the slob plant. I still love that one.
I still think you've shot the best slob plant photo of me.
Really?
And it was at Brighton's, like, long time ago. 5
At
years
where?
ago now. At Brighton's old ramp.
Oh, yeah. That ramp was so fun.
I know, I missed it.
That one's like my size.
You ripped that thing.
Well, no, I didn't rip it, but like I could skate it.
I skated with you on that for a few sessions.
And then we'd go to like DC ramp, and I'd be like, I was like, can I even drop it on this?
Yeah, that ramp was sketchy. It was slippery.
Yeah, it was hectic. I remember grinding it, and I was like throwing a personal party for myself. Like, I ground it.
Dude.
It was insane.
That thing's a beast.
How is Lizzy's ramp?
Oh, it's a good time.
Is it similar to Brighton's?
A little bit. I want to say Lizzy's ramp might be a little bit taller, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit, it's not as wide and there's no channel, but it's pool coping on both sides, and I love pool coping, and I don't know, I think it's super cool on a mini vert ramp too. But you know, there's just enough flat bottom, so like you have enough time to think. It's not too, the walls don't come too quick.
And now, another first impression with Elizabeth Marika Armanto.
I first met ALLYSHA at Shane Borland's 10th birthday party, and he had a mini ramp in his backyard, and it was like a little bit bigger one, and it like almost went to vert, so it was like a good size. And ALLYSHA was there, and she was ripping, and I remember I asked her like how to do a frontside air, and she was just like kick, turn, grab, and jump. And so like back then, like I sucked, like I could not do, I was like not even close to doing a frontside air. And she, like her advice, I was like, yeah, you just kick, turn, grab, and jump. And eventually I figured it out. But I don't know, I just remember she was just like so good, and like I don't know, she still has like the same flowy style, and I don't know, we're still good friends to this day. But that was the start of it.
Really excited to bring you this week's giveaway because it's a pretty big one. I'm excited. We got our new friends at Derby of San Francisco offering up your size in this current charcoal gray colored Derby jacket, just like the one I'm wearing. People love the Derby. It's a classic. It's legendary. It's like the Golden Gate Bridge, Levi's, sourdough bread, or It's. They are currently making a new color each month or so and pumping them out of San Francisco up on Haight Street. So you know I'm backing them. So here's how you do this. We're going to have a drawing. We're going to pick a winner out of a cup, out of a hat, whatever. All you have to do is email me, TalkinSchmit@gmail.com. That's TalkinSchmit@gmail.com with your name and jacket size, and put "I want that Derby" in the subject line. So that's your name, your jacket size, "I want that Derby" in the subject line. Hell, throw in the city and state you live in, and email me, TalkinSchmit@gmail.com. I want to get a lot of people entering this one. This is like a $150 jacket, and I think they're going to throw in some stickers, a beanie, or, you know, we'll throw in a Talkin Schmit shirt too. You know, we'll juice it up for you. So come on, enter this contest, and in 2 weeks I'll announce the winner. Derby of San Francisco. Kids, I got mine. It's time for you to get yours.
Hey, yo, what it is, though? It's the boy Be Legit. San Quinn, Black Sea, Rich. You know what I mean?
Brothers ain't worthy to rock my derby. Brothers ain't worthy to rock my derby.
I'm on the block where the sun up or sundown. A couple pounds in the clip for the 40 round. I hit the town like where's that, what it do? You come through and get a few for the 32, 33, 34, there's still a go. And real niggas know the duffel bag by the dough. You can do the snow, but I'ma do the green. Real niggas on the team like to move me. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see a 540 from Axel?
Axel? Yeah.
He's
if
gonna.
he wanted to.
Is he skating it a lot?
Yeah. He likes to think that he's not a terrific transition skater, but he 100% is. Like, he looks good on a vert ramp.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he can just ride a skateboard wherever.
He's good at anything.
Yeah, it's so cool. Talk a little bit about the Hoopla experience, like skating on an all-girls team. What did that feel like? What were you guys like? You bonded with like a lot of those girls, right? And still have good relationships with them. But like, was in the back of your mind, you're like, is there some weird feeling of like, I want to, like, I skated for 8th Street, that was different than this, or like we're pioneering some new movement, or like what was that whole thing?
I was so young that I didn't even really think about any of that stuff, to be honest. I remember when I grew up, there was this company that was also an all-girls team, and it was before I rode for Termite, but they were called like Cool Girls or something. It sounds lame now when I think about it, but it was an all-girls team, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. You know, like, there's no girls where I'm at. Like, that would be so sick if you had, like, a team of girls just skate together and, like, I don't know, travel around and whatnot. And so when Mimi asked me, like, I didn't even think, like, oh, but 8th Street, you know, it's, like, this company that's been around for a long time, and it's, like, a diverse team. I was just, like, right away, I thought the idea to skate for Mimi's company was cool. And I seriously didn't even think about it being an all-girls team or anything like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, looking back on it, I'm guessing it was super impactful for a lot of young girls. And obviously, since I've met you and Lizzy till today, female skateboarding has grown so much, right? Like each year we would see it even just at the contest. Like, remember that girl could barely grind? Now she's got runs and shit. And like, I mean, you and Lizzy were a huge inspiration. Mimi was obviously like a huge inspiration with Carabeth and Jen. But I think Hoopla probably opened up a lot of doors to girls like, oh, this isn't just a dude thing. Like, I can go do this.
I think it definitely, it showed the world like, hey, here's a group of girls and we can skate too. And so other companies, they weren't sponsoring girls at the time. And what Mimi and Carabeth did was, you know, they said, hey, like, these people don't want to make room for us, so we're just going to make our own space where we all feel comfortable and we feel like we're part of something. And I think that was something really cool that could be, you know, hopefully other people got that from when they saw Hoopla.
Yeah, and so then like something happened, probably the talent, I guess, is where you would like to think. But like Nora, you, Lizzy, I don't know the time frame, but at least within probably the same about a year or something, you guys all kind of I don't want to disrespect Hoopla by saying legitimate, so that's not good. But you guys went to a team that was just like a you know, it wasn't just girls. And Nora gets aboard, Lizzy gets aboard, you're on Creature. I'm sure I'm missing out on some other stuff, but it seemed interesting that it kind of happened around the same time. And then contest skating, like I said, I was going to not the combi, but the other one on the beach, the U.S. Open.
Invitational.
Yeah, and the first year I went for the girls division, I was like, whoa, this is going to be hard to make an edit. Because there was like 3 or 4 girls that were good. And then there was a lot of scratch grinds, right? And so
I know.
And so you're like, whoa, this is going to be difficult. The next year, those girls that were like kind of just barely being able to drop in and get some scratch grinds were like, one of them was on the podium. I was like, what the fuck is going, like, it was insane. You know what I mean? And
the progression is crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, just watching all that and seeing it was like, and getting to know Mimi and you guys and everything and being a part of that was like, I don't know, for me, it was really cool. It was like an eye-opening experience to be like, but I just wonder, like, in your mind, seeing people kind of not necessarily catch up to you, but like you're skating this far ahead of them and now all of a sudden you have more competition. Where's that from? Why?
I don't know where the progression came from, but I'm not going to complain about it because it was good for all of us, you know? And, you know, for the longest time, I was competing against the same 7 or 8 people, girls, for the longest time. Yeah, and, you know, when all these new people pop up and they're bringing new stuff to the table, it's going to push everyone who is already skating to, like, step up their game. Because if you have the same 8 people in a contest for years, after a while, like, I don't know, there's no progression. We're not pushing each other as much. There's, like, nothing new. And so it just gets, like, repetitive, it almost seemed like. But then, you know, there's a new flood of skaters coming in, and there's all these new styles and, you know, things people haven't seen before. And I think, like, yeah, it helped, you know, the older generation say, like, whoa, hey, like, okay, people are going to start giving us a run for our money or something. Like, we better step up our game. And it just pushed skateboarding in general.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
Who are some of the ones? Like Alana, right?
Oh, yeah. Alana is the big one.
Who are some, I guess, Brighton.
Brighton.
There was like there was a new generation, like, the next one up, and all of a sudden you're like, oh.
Yeah. And skateboarding, you know, it grew all over the world too. Now we have people from Japan and Brazil and Europe that are all like fucked up amazing. Like,
shout out to Kokona. Holy shit. The first time I saw her at the combi, I was like, no way, this is not real.
Tripping out.
Like nose grinding the corner every time, and you're like, wait, she's like 11 or something.
She looks like she's like 9.
Yeah,
she's so little. I met her in 2016 when I went to Japan with Creature, and she was ripping around like the pool and stuff. And even in just like, you know, 2 years later, she was competing with us, and I was like, whoa, mind blown.
Oh man,
like, the amount she progressed was insane in a year and a half, 2 years that I had met.
And that girl that Lizzy brought up here last time from Japan.
Yeah, Mommy.
Mommy. She came up. We skated Lower Bobs. We went and skated a bunch of places. And then she did at Potrero, she jumped up onto the fence and back in.
Yes,
and I'm just like, holy shit. And then like, less than a month later, probably, she's sponsored by Blood Wizard. And those are my homies. And
such a sick match.
Yeah, I was like, that rules.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Mommy is awesome. I love her style, and she's the sweetest human ever. But then, like, she rips on a skateboard. Like, her shell opens, and she's amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. Can we talk a little bit about, like, when you quit Hoopla? Like, you got your own board. They gave you a pro model, and right around that time you were kind of thinking about writing for Creature, and it kind of happened in that same time. That must have been really difficult.
That was really, really difficult. That might have been, one of the harder decisions that I've had in my life. But just because I love Mimi and Carabeth so much, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so there was a session at Prince Park one day. Mimi said something like, hey, we're all just going to meet at the park and, like, have a Hoopla day session. And then Lizzy actually drove me to the park, and she knew all about it. I had no idea. But that day, you know, all of a sudden, Mimi told everyone to get together for a group photo. And then she handed out all these boards, and all of us are, like, holding it like, oh, okay. And then, I don't know, she gave me, Alana, and Samaria a few boards, and then I saw Samaria looking at hers, and then Alana looking at her board, and then I looked at mine, and it was, like, our pro model graphics. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, honestly, I didn't even know what it meant. Like, I was just, like, confused and surprised, happy at the same time. And then, I remember riding my board for, like, a week or so, and then I decided to leave for Creature because I felt like I didn't deserve to have my name on a board, I suppose. I don't know, yeah. When I think about it now, it all felt like it happened so fast almost. And I remember, I don't know, feeling like I just wanted to move on from Hoopla, you know? Like, I appreciated everything they did for me. And I was so scared to tell Mimi that I sent her, like, an email. And then she called me, and I was like, put the phone on speaker and was like fucking shaking. So I was so scared.
I bet.
But the conversation was good, you know? She respected my choice and everything. I'm sure she was a little, you know, she probably was a little confused or taken back by it. And
well, she's probably bummed, but she's stoked for you.
Right. I wish I waited a little longer, but you know, it all happened how it did. I can't change it now. But when I did call Darren, I was even more nervous for that phone call. I was like terrified. I was like, Darren, I'm in this situation. Like, I'm writing for Hoopla. They just gave me a board. I don't want a board. Will you sponsor me for Creature? And I was like, had to do the same thing where I put the phone on speaker and like set it down. I couldn't even hold my phone. Like, I was shaking. And then he's like, okay, I'll talk to the people at Creature. And the first thing I did was I went to my shop sponsor and got a Creature board and started skating one. Yeah.
What's Darren's nickname for you?
Dive Bomber.
Dive Bomber? Because air?
There might be a couple. Yeah, I don't know. He said something about the way I do indie airs. He says I dive straight down and into them. I don't see it, but
did he come up with Medusa for Lizzy?
Medusa, I don't remember. It was him or Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. What about there was an all-girls trip for Thrasher.
Oh, yeah. NHS trip. That was...
How'd that go?
It was fun. We went to Arizona, and who were we with? Rhino, Gavin, Dan Stoling, all came in the van. And it was like me, Lizzy, Brighton, Nora, Nicole, and Ingiara, Samaria, and Leo. And we just went all around Tucson and Phoenix. And honestly, it was like a really sick ass trip.
Really?
Yeah, we met up with like Cody Long out there, and then he was filming with us at spots and everything.
Had you met Rhino before that?
Yeah, I have met Rhino before that, but I didn't know him too well. So that was the first trip I actually, really hung out with him.
Okay, he's solid. He holds it down. Lizzy asked me to ask you about the blunt to fakie bet.
What?
I don't know what it is.
Blunt to fakie bet.
Is there a blunt to fakie bet you and her have, maybe?
There was one that went down when I was fucking 15. It was a long time ago. If I'm thinking about the thing she's thinking about.
Maybe.
I don't really remember what the actual bet was, though. Except, like, okay, I don't remember what I won, is what I mean. But
you won?
The bet was like, can I do a blunt to fakie first try on the big mini ramp at Vans? I hadn't done a blunt to fakie in like 2 years, and that ramp, it's a mini ramp, but it's like 5 or 6 feet tall, so it's still like not super tiny. But I was like, yeah, I think I could do it, and I just went up and did one, and no grab or anything, so it was like a no-handed blunt fakie. But that trick is terrifying to me. Like,
yeah,
I did it growing up for a little bit, but I was never comfortable enough to just do it all the time. I wish I was, though. But yeah, I won, and I remember Lizzy was freaking out because I did a bunch of fakie, and yeah, it'd been a while.
How
She
cool.
probably had to buy me like boba tea or something.
Boba tea is my guess. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You know what we need to do is we need to get the both of you back up here, and we need to refilm that doubles at Berkeley where she like, I think
where
her
my
head
scraped her butt.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think I would transfer a lot more now.
Yeah. Well, the ramps, like I said, the ramp's a lot faster now too. You probably got an extra foot for. I mean, you guys probably have progressed anyway, but I'm just saying, like, the ramp is fast now. It's so solid and good.
What did she even do over me? Like a lean air?
A stale fish, I think. Yeah, because she was like, it was front side, and you were you might have done a fake. I forget what you did.
I was doing. I think
something
I'm
to
pretty sure I was
fake you,
doing.
maybe?
I think I was doing a body burial.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or
That
body
is
burial caster, maybe.
no body burial. It is what you were doing. And then what is manga?
Manga? It's like the graphic novels for Japanese anime.
Oh, you're really into that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said to ask you about manga, and I was like, I don't even know what manga is. That's my niece is really into that. Actually, she's like wants to go to Japan like so bad, and really into the graphic anime. Yep.
I mean, I back that. Japan's the best place ever. But
is that your favorite spot?
Probably. Like when I'm old, I would like to die in a big bowl of ramen there or something. But yeah, I started like actually collecting manga maybe like 2 years ago now. Before that, I would just read it online sometimes, and just because it was free. And actually, like, my little sister is super into shit. I'm sorry. I have to get
It's
my
all
phone.
good. Okay.
But I have a lot of books here
Oh, sick.
and more over here. It's hard. My shelves are like messy, but
Oh,
behind
wow.
here is like every volume of Naruto. Do you know what that is?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Naruto is like the really popular anime, and it's about ninjas pretty much. But there's 73 volumes. I have them all, and I read them all.
Is it violent?
No, it's for like kids. I mean, there is like action in it, like people are fighting and stuff. But I wouldn't say it's like too violent for kids. Although I do really, really enjoy like adult anime and manga that's like gory and erotic and
Oh, really?
gnarly. Like I have gnarly ones that are for adults only.
You gotta show your ID to buy them.
No, I don't, but they're not from like a sex shop or something.
What's the fastest you've ever put in a Rubik's Cube together in?
A minute, maybe.
What?
I'm not very fast at it.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Is there a pattern?
Yeah, so when I was 10 years old, I got a Rubik's Cube, and it came with like instructions in the box, and I literally memorized the instructions. It took me a week to solve a Rubik's Cube for the first time, but I taught myself when I was 10, and then after that I like brought it around everywhere with me. Like every day I had it at school, I would solve it under my desk, like under the table. And eventually I would watch YouTube videos to try to see like if there are faster ways to like solve it, but I never really improved that much.
What's the key?
The key?
Yeah, like what tips can you give me? I've never even solved one before.
So I solve it by like, here, I'll show you. I actually have them here.
Oh, sick.
And I know, I have like all of them, look.
Oh, I've never seen the 4 one.
That one's the 4 one. I haven't done that one before.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Yeah, but anyways, so I always solve like the bottom layer first, and then so I usually solve the green side, and then I do the middle layer, and then the top. So bottom to top.
So you do one side.
I have terrible advice.
You do one side, it's
first.
all green, and then you get the middle section done, and then the top's done when that happens?
Yep, the top done is last. The top gets done last.
All right, I'm buying a Rubik's Cube. This is my new COVID. Yeah, like what'd you do during the pandemic? I figured out how to do the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. For some reason, I used to think like, oh, like a lot of people can solve the Rubik's Cube. It's not that impressive. But then, I don't know, people started telling me like, no, you're crazy. Like, no one can do the Rubik's Cube. And,
I don't know anyone.
dude, I thought it was like a common thing.
And when you're like a minute and that's slow, I was just like, what
It is slow, dude. There was one time during quarantine, actually, I posted a video of me solving like 3 Rubik's Cubes, but the first one I did it normal, the second one and third one I did like a pattern on the end of it. So like this one, it has all the middle like squares, a different color. But anyways, It was like 6 minutes long, the whole video. And people were like, it's not that fast though. Or like, no, it was like really slow. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be the fastest. I just was showing you something I was doing during quarantine. But, yeah, there's kids who can solve it in like 10 seconds.
No way.
Yeah, look it up. They're crazy.
All right, I'm
they know some real shortcuts and algorithms.
I'm looking it up, and I'm gonna buy one after this interview.
Yes.
And my goal is by the next episode, I'll be able to have solved it. I'm giving myself 1 week. I should be able to do it in 1 week, right?
Yeah. If I did it at fucking 10, you could do it for sure.
Oh, man. Are you working on any new tricks right now? Is there anything that you hope to... Do you have a 540 in you? Is that like a goal?
Yeah. I want to say that I would like to do a 540 one day, but I'm not sure. Like, I haven't thought about it in a while. I haven't been, like, eagerly thinking of
have you tried them?
I tried. The last time I tried a 5, I was a teenager, and I was at Woodward, and I spun them into the foam pit.
Would you do it backside or mute?
I was doing a flat spin mute grabs.
Oh, but just like off a launch into the foam?
Mm-hmm. So like the corner of the vert ramp and then into the foam pit.
What does it feel like? Is it scary as shit, or does it seem like if I actually put some effort into this, I could get it? I
think at the time I thought like, yeah, if I keep doing it, I could probably put it down onto the resi, which is like, you know, that big plastic thing that they have next to vert ramps.
Yeah.
More like a bank. But I don't know. There were also a couple of times where I was spinning the 5, and for some reason I would like clip the deck or like. But the deck was foam deck, so it didn't hurt. But I know that it would hurt if like it wasn't that. But I don't know. Never felt super confident in it.
That's what happens to me on inverts. Shins to the coping. It's the worst.
I've gotten close to doing that too. Oh my god, that makes me think of the hang up on my mute air that I did a long time ago.
Oh,
sucked.
Do you know about the mute air and its new name?
Yeah, I was actually just trying to think of what it was called.
It's like called the Weddle Grab.
Weddle Grab, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's only for Tony Hawk's video game or if that's for like everything. Like, does he get to rename it? Tony Hawk gets to rename a trick?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like I'm still used to calling it a mute grab, but I can see how, with the guy who invented the trick, like he doesn't want it to be called that.
Yeah.
He said what, like...
He's deaf. He's deaf, not mute. Yeah. And I was talking to Frankie Hill because he's really well known for grabbing like that. And he's like, dude, the guy invented it. If he wants to change the name, it's his to change.
He should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, is this part of 2020? Are we just like politically correcting everything for the Olympics? Yeah. Like what's going on? But then as I thought more about it, I was like, yeah, it's like if Rodney Mullen wants to like change the kick flip to the Mullen flip, I don't know. Maybe he can do that if he invented it.
Just might take a while for people to like
get in their vocabulary. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're winding down. I got a couple things. I'm wondering if you can share with us your creepiest or most bizarre DMs. I know you must get some like really fucked up DMs.
Oh my god, the creepiest. What should I just send it to you?
Or can you share it with us?
It's like gnarly. How do I share it?
No, just like say like the gist of it or something. Like somebody.
There's this one. The first one that pops into my mind is actually this message that I got sent on Tumblr, if you remember what that app is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This was years ago now, but someone was basically telling me, I need to say it in the like least dirty way possible. He basically was telling me that I looked like this porn star. I forget the porn star's name, but he was like, then proceeded to list all the things that he would like to see me do or would want to do to me. And then he said like, yeah, can't wait to see you come out with like your own video or something like that. I don't know. It was like really disgusting and disturbing. And I was just like, what the fuck? Pretty sure I like just turned 18 or something at the time. Maybe I wasn't even 18. I don't know. It was crazy though.
How do you deal with social media? Like, you got a lot of followers. Obviously, a lot of those you've probably never met in real life and stuff. And I'm just wondering, like, as far as like DMs and all that stuff, like, how do you monitor it all?
I actually usually don't respond to people. Like, sometimes people will ask, it's a simple question or something. I'll respond. But even sometimes with those, I just don't, hit them back up sometimes because it opens up, they try to have a full conversation and then I don't ever keep that one up. So
right.
Sometimes I just don't respond to people.
Okay.
Especially not the fucked up, creepy DMs. I never, ever respond to them.
Do you have a little text group, like a group of your close friends that you share like wacky shit with? Like, look at what I got here. Yeah.
I have like several of those. We all get those messages for sure. And, we have like all of our side Instagram accounts too, where we'll like share like creepy DMs. Right. So it's kind of funny, to see what everyone gets. But,
oh my God.
Dude, people have no shame behind a computer screen.
Yeah.
One time a dude was like, I'm old and married, but you are my fantasy or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like in high school.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. This world is nuts. Oh yeah, Dickies. We gotta plug Dickies. They've been really good to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dickies.
You're going on a lot of trips. I seen you modeling their gear and stuff. You got a doubles photo with my boy Ronnie Sandoval in the mag.
Yeah.
That hyped me out so much.
I love that photo.
Ronnie's the best.
Yeah, that was totally unexpected too. He was just like, "Hey, do a slop plant right there, or something, or do a frontsider right there." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Just do it." And I was like, "Okay." And then he didn't even tell me. He's just like, "I'm going over you." And I was like, "What the hell, dude?" But I trust him anyways. So
yeah, he's phenomenal on this. Yeah. Are you working on anything, or do you have any pressure to like put out a full ALLYSHA video part, or do you just go on trips and get footage for like more of team videos and stuff? Like what's the vibe there?
So I'm pretty sure Dickies is thinking about coming out with a full length, and I know Joe wants to film with me and stuff. He's put together like a teaser of a bunch of footage that he's gotten of all of us over the years, but I definitely need more footage for that. And I don't know, it just depends on when we can meet up and make it happen. But there's also like, I know Creature and NHS wants me to put out a part for Amelia Brodka's exposure contest, but they also want me to do like a real part for them too, which I've been trying to get footage for. But I honestly feel like 2020 has been a little bit hard, stuff slowed down a little bit.
Absolutely.
So
can I interfere as your make believe agent? I feel like you need to pick one and tell everybody and be like, I'm gonna just make one part that's my best part.
I was thinking about that too, to be honest.
Like when Lizzy did the Thrasher and the Birdhouse video, like in the same year, it's just like, it's too hard. You gotta like, and like knowing like, okay, today I'm filming for this, tomorrow I'm filming for that. No, I'm just filming, and the best shit is gonna make my best part.
I honestly think,
because it'll represent everybody that sponsors you. Like if it's a Dickies part, but it's still you, Creature benefits. It's like, look at our girl out there ripping for Dickies, like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to like get you fired though.
No. See, my issue is like, I think I always try to please everyone. And
yeah, we all do.
Like quite a few people have been really pushing me to film a part for that exposure contest. And I actually, Dickies is sponsoring it now. NHS or Creature is sponsoring it. So it would be good if I made a video for it. But, when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, if I do put out a part for exposure, I want to film it all on Lizzy's ramp. And if I get really good things, I'm not putting it in there. Because, in the end, it's an online contest. It's not like something I would put a real video part out for. Not to make it sound not to invalidate the event or anything. Like, it's awesome that something's going on to, shine light on skateboarding at this time.
Is that coming up?
Yeah, the deadline is November 15th.
Oh.
But, anyways, there's definitely been a lot of projects that have been thrown at me, and I've felt super overwhelmed that I've, done nothing. It's kind of crazy. I have stuff I need to be working on, but yeah, you're right. There is a lot, and I need to just focus on one thing.
And right now, I don't know, trips aren't that, people aren't really, some people are, but there's not a lot of trips happening right now. And those are when you're most productive, because you're skating every day, and that's the purpose, and there's no distractions. Yeah. And so it just makes more sense. Well, you'll figure it out.
It's kind of easier to film on a trip,
Absolutely. When is that exposure contest?
So the deadline is November 15th, and everyone just has this next month or so to film whatever.
And then there's an actual contest?
It's so it's like an online video contest, I guess.
People vote?
No, there's still judges for it. So I think like Alex White is a judge, and maybe Vanessa or whoever was judging last year's event, but it's just all done online, I think now. Like people will submit videos, and I don't know if they'll all be shared, or I think this is how it's happening. I don't think it's like a public voting contest though. But there is a street and transition separate categories.
Okay. Huh. I'll look for that. I've never been to I want to go to the jam or the whatever it is. They have the annual exposure thing, right?
Yeah, you've never been?
For some reason, I think it's always on, like, the date is always like there's something else going on at that same time. I don't remember.
Wait, you've never filmed like at the exposure contest, like in Encinitas?
No.
Why have I thought that you were there?
I know. I was gonna go a few different years, and I think something always, like, I had to do something else instead. But if you give me an excuse to go down to Leucadia, Oceanside, that area, I love it. Like, I don't really like LA, like that area, but I love, like, what do they call that? North County?
Yep, North County, San Diego.
It's my favorite.
Come down.
I think, I'm coming down next week for this Navarrete thing me and Darren are going to do.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah.
On Tuesday? It's low-key though, right?
Yeah. Are you going to go?
I think I'm going to go.
Yes.
So I might see you.
No,
I don't know if I'll skate.
Oh, okay.
Because that ramp is like fucked up,
it is.
dude.
That's what everyone says. That sucks.
It's like so gnarly. Honestly, you remember like years ago, I did like a one-footed invert on that thing, and you filmed Lizzy saying like, I want to see her do that.
Yeah.
I want to see her do a one-footed invert.
I have no idea how the fuck I did that on that ramp, because it's like so gnarly now. I think it's just weathered a little bit. Yeah.
Well, what's going on for you? How are you dealing with this COVID times, this pandemic? Like, what's a day and what are you guys doing down there? Are you still just getting out and treating it normal, or is there precautions?
No. So the first few months, I was like, I did not leave the house hardly. I didn't even skate for like 2.5 months because I was like, well, I'm not supposed to go to the skate park, you know? So I just would like stay home in Oceanside or visit my family for like a day or two and just stay inside. I was reading a lot, watching a lot of anime and Netflix, and then I don't know, I started feeling like, fuck, okay, I need to skate. And so, you know, Tony, he actually had a demo, like an online demo.
Oh, I saw that.
And a best trick contest. And that kind of kept me busy for like a month or so because, you know, I was practicing for the demo, and then he hit us all up with the best trick contest. So I practiced for a couple of weeks for that and then filmed for it. And then I did a campaign with Dickies a couple months ago. So there's been stuff that I've had to do, which is nice. Like, I've stayed busy.
Are you still in school?
No, I stopped going to school a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
I thought about going back, though. Like, this quarantine, I was like, fuck, I should at least do online classes. But, so I actually got in contact with an academic advisor, and we were like, yeah, okay, we're going to send you the readmission process. And then I didn't email them back.
Oh, man. It's probably a little easier. Well, for me, it would be easier going online. Because part of my whole struggle is just going there and being in a class with all these bozos and, like, I don't know, like learning at other people's speeds has always been a problem for me. Like, I like to just learn at my speeds. That's why almost everything I do, I try to just have a one-on-one experience so we can, like, either I'm struggling or I'm going faster, but, like, we're not at this, like, in-between stage.
Right.
So the online thing seems like it would be cool.
Yeah. thought about it, but it didn't happen.
You had any gnarly hangovers lately?
Oh my god. Yes. Wait, did Lizzy tell you this too?
She said there was rumor it was a 12-hour food poisoning, but she thinks it was a hangover. Holy shit, I just got a text message. Eddie Van Halen died.
What?
Yeah, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, who just told you that?
Aaron Meza. Actually, I just got 3 texts. I'll drop some names right here on the show. Dan Drahobel.
Shout out.
Aaron Meza.
Shout out.
And Tim McKenney.
Shout
out. Did they actually know him?
No, but I guess it's just like in the news.
That's crazy.
People be dropping.
Actually, yeah, I just looked it up. He died like 45 minutes ago. Or, I mean, that's when they put it out. This year's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, it's. Do you think I was asking my dentist the other day? Do you think there's anybody in the world that is like, holy shit, 2020, best year of my life?
God, I don't know.
I mean, even if you had a kid or got married this year, it's still just like probably like that was cool, but this year sucked.
Yeah, it sucks. 2020 is the year of the rat too, and like I was born year of the rat, and
Oh, really?
Yeah, thought it was gonna be my year, man, but this is the worst year yet.
It's so
Might be
bad. Oh man, what was the question I asked you right before you bailed?
You were asking if I've had any terrible hangovers
Oh
lately.
yeah. Did you guys go hard?
Dude, we didn't even go that hard. Lizzy and I, we went out for like a fancy dinner for whatever reason. Sometimes we just like to like go eat fancy food or whatever. And then she had like a couple glasses of rosé, and then I had some cocktail with mezcal in it. And then after that, she was like, I think Axel was out of town, and she's like, yeah, I'm down to hang out if you want. So we went back to her house, and then she was like, I have moonshine. And I was like, ew, like, you don't want to stop at the store? She's like, no, I think it'll be good. I have moonshine and like lemonade, and like we can just drink that. And I was like, dude, okay, whatever. And Lizzy doesn't ever drink, so I was just gonna let her decide, because it was like, if she's gonna drink, she's obviously like making a point to like, she's really choosing to, and this is what she's gonna have, so I'll just go along with it. We had like another 2 drinks at her house of this fucking moonshine that was like so gnarly, and we might have passed out around like 1, and then I woke up at 4 in the morning and was like dying. I felt like shit. I was puking for like a few hours after that, or I had to actually throw up like once, and then I was just dry heaving and felt awful for like the next 5 hours. Actually, no, it was the next like 12 hours. I had a hangover that lasted over 12 hours, and she thinks it's food poisoning because we had like the same food or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. It felt like I had a bug in my stomach. And you know what's fucked is we both had Zoom calls in the morning. Like I had a Dickies meeting, and then Lizzy had like a big Vans meeting. And she had to be like, she was almost going to postpone it, but we both went on like our calls and we were dying. Luckily, like the Dickies one is super mellow. I could just like hide and I could let them know like, I'm fucking hungover, you guys, I'm sorry. Yeah. But Lizzy's like all with this important Vans people and stuff. I felt bad. She had to actually like use her brain.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't miss those. I haven't drank in like 4 years maybe. I haven't drank. I did not like the hangovers. Good. Yeah, the hangovers were really starting to get to me pretty bad at the end. So I was just like, peace.
Yeah. I've had a few hangovers during quarantine, but it's fine, I guess.
You watch any good shows, anything on Netflix or anything like to, I don't know, have indoor time?
Yeah. What did I just watch? I just finished the new season of this show called Wentworth. It's a show I've been watching since I was in high school. they just put out like the 8th season on Netflix.
Oh.
But it's basically the Australian version of Orange is the New Black, if you know
really?
that show.
Yeah, we watched that.
But it is like 100 times better.
Really?
Like the Orange is the New Black, it's so like, the first couple seasons were okay.
Yeah,
but it got really like corny.
Yeah, we
Dude,
stopped
Wentworth
watching
is,
it
like,
after season 3.
Wentworth is 100 times better. It's like gnarly and gory and like real shit goes on and the actors are sick.
Is it Australian? Like they have accents? Oh, I'm down. I'll check it out. It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you should check it out.
We've been watching that show, The Shy. It's
The
like,
Shy?
yeah, it's kind of like The Wire. It's like kids in Chicago gangs a little bit, and like older generations and bringing the kids in, and it's pretty cool so far. We watched 1 season so far. I think there's 3.
And it's on Netflix too?
No, I don't think so. I forget what. It might be on FX or something. I'm not sure what it's on. But me and my fiance were watching a documentary like almost every night. We watched like at least 50 documentaries like the first 2 months. And it was like,
you have all this new knowledge now?
Yeah, it was kind of like a cool way to look at the whole thing. Like, okay, we're going to be stuck indoors, but we're like learning so much stuff about cool little things. But then
That's
you
awesome.
start getting into ones that aren't that cool, and then you're like, they got to make more.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Send me some good documentaries.
I will. I'll send you the list of the ones because I wrote down all the ones that we were watching, and I'll highlight there's this one, I forget what it's called, but they steal a fucking submarine. It's so sick.
What the fuck?
And then I've been watching how those like
ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I've been watching a lot of like those true crime things where like there's like, I don't know, there's one on Netflix that just came out where like the dude killed his wife and kids, and then the neighbors.
I actually know that story because I was like a year ago, I was going through YouTube and I was watching this BuzzFeed documentary about that guy, that family.
It's so gnarly. And they have
But
all the
I haven't watched that one
footage.
yet. Do you think I should watch that one? Because I know the whole story.
If it doesn't freak you out, like my fiance, she gets a little freaked out sometimes. Like if you watch it right before bed, like you'll have bad dreams. But like it's pretty gnarly. But like it kept my attention. Like because they have video of everything. Because like they go into the police station and then there's those video cameras that are filming. So they have all the footage. And to me, that always makes it seem so much more real. Like there's no enacting; it's just actual footage. So it's like I don't know.
Definitely makes it more scary.
And they have the footage of like when the cops come to his house and they're questioning him, and he's lying to them at first.
You can tell he's lying, can't you? Like his face like looked too calm sometimes when he was like talking about his family being gone. Like. You just knew like he was lying right away.
And then his neighbor comes over to the cops, and this is all on video. He's like, he's acting different. He's up to something. Like he's all whispering to the cop, like this guy's up to some shit. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, shit. I think I'll have to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that like today at some
check
point.
it out.
Just
Maybe give yourself like an hour or two to unwind before bed after you watch it, though, so you don't just go right into dreams of like, whoa.
I'll watch it while there's still light out.
Hell yeah.
But I'm sure there's like footage I haven't seen before then if they have, actual real footage.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's pretty, I mean, those ones, there's one where like some lady like locked this dude up to a time bomb, and then the dude exploded in the middle of the street, and the cops thought he was lying, but there's actual footage of the dude I'm just like, how? Yes, there's crazy shit. It's like, that's the thing with the modern technology is everything's being filmed. So now every horrible thing that happens is documented, and you're like, oh, they're going to make a show out of this.
That neck time bomb thing is like some Saw shit, you know?
It's
those movies.
Yeah.
which
we
I
were
was
like,
obsessed with for
they
whatever reason.
showed
this
the
show.
guy blowing up. What the fuck? It's so crazy.
Scary as fuck.
How do I reach more ladies, or do I just not even care about it? My podcast is like a sausage fest. It's like all dudes. If you look at the pie chart, it's like 80% dudes listening. I'm like, I want more girls. I want it more even, you know, but I don't know. Should I just not even care, or should I do, is there something I can do to bring a little diversity to my listening?
Have you interviewed any, like, LGBT, any of that scene or community at all? Because I know that
I reached out to Cher Strawbear, and Cher said,
yeah,
I think Cher was a little busy, but I put out feelers to a lot of people. I think Leo, yeah, but I'm down for sure.
Yeah, because I do think the women's side of the community, they definitely, especially like the new girls who, they're just getting into skating. I feel like a lot of them hang out or look at the queer and women's skate scene. Right. So maybe if you had a couple of those guests on the show, maybe it'll bring more light from women or females and stuff.
Yeah, I had Alex White on, and I talked to her a little bit about it, and I mean,
you had Alex and Mimi.
Yep. Nicole's been on. Lizzy's been on.
Nicole was on too?
Yeah.
Nicole,
I did Nicole, like, I think when she won the combi, or didn't she win the combi?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, and then I interviewed her at the parking lot.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah, I'm down. Like, I reach out to Nora, and I think Vanessa's moving, but after she moves, I'm gonna.
Where's she moving? Oh, I don't know. I should give her a phone call. Actually,
I think she's over Long Beach or something. She's moving somewhere.
Yeah, she's
north.
Yeah, she was in LA for a while, and then she's been in Long Beach the last couple years. But
she's rad.
And
then I don't know if Alana doesn't maybe want to do one, but I've reached out to her. I think Alana would be so sick. I love Alana. She's the shit.
Yeah, you should definitely try to get Alana on there. Yeah. What about like Samaria?
Yeah, Samaria too. I think Samaria is kind of a little evasive too. Like, I don't know. But yeah,
Sheezy would be cool. Shanae.
Oh, is she where does she live?
Australia, but I know she would love to just do like this kind of thing.
I'll do it. She has my grip. She has my grip tape. She sends me photos of. She has the fuck yeah grip tape.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She'd be like really good for the show actually, because she's pretty fucking funny.
Okay. Is she dating Jake Duncombe?
No, that's Izzy.
Oh, Izzy.
Yes.
Okay, I'm mixing them up. Who's the one you're talking about?
Shanae Collins. She's from Australia, and she rides for Welcome and Crux. She had that Crux ad where she's doing like a fakey ollie on that bridge thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll put out some feelers, and it'd be cool if I can see you next week.
Yeah, on Tuesday. Right?
IRL, as the kids say, in real life.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I had to think about that for a second.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's on Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go down Monday, spend the night, be there all day Tuesday, and then probably go home Wednesday. I think I might try to stop by Lizzy's and skate a little on the way back or something.
You should.
I would like to try to do something like that. I just been boxed up living in an apartment in San Francisco. These times are kind of tough, but I will have to say that my fiance's parents just got us kayaks, and we live across the street from the bay. So we just took them out for a spin for the first time, and it opened up a whole new world. I'm so hyped.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Because you need exercise, and running with a mask on is just, it's hard, it sucks.
I feel like running sucks in general already.
Yeah, or skate, but just anything, so I don't know. You got a good fucking tune to throw on as we head out of here?
Yeah, I think there was a few that I was thinking about, but I think I will pick Give Up the Funk by Parliament. You know that song?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. You sure you don't want to do a Van Halen song to tribute to Eddie? I'm just kidding.
That's okay, unless you want to.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, thanks for taking the time. I'm stoked that we got to finally do this.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. And
Good to catch up.
yeah, I know. It was good.
Is there any chance you guys can come up here?
I feel like I have time to go up there, yeah. I could see if Lizzy would want to go. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, let me know if
or something. I could be so into that. I haven't gone anywhere this year, so.
I know, me too. I'm kind of going stir crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I agree. Thanks, Schmitty. Probably see you next week on Tuesday.
I hope so. I'm gonna go to Taiwan. That's the only plan I have besides going to Ramona. I love Taiwan.
That place is amazing. I have not been there actually in quite a while.
I remember we went there for Lizzy's birthday, and ever since I've just been like, oh, I go there every time I go to where is it, in Vista, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Vista.
Okay. Well, cool. Hopefully I'll see you next week, and I'll be talking to you. If you guys come up this way, that'd be awesome as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I guess we'll talk soon.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talkin Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at TalkinSchmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkinschmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. Very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it!
This is Talkin Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.